Okay, so let's just jump into it, huh? We had a deck submission for a legacy deck, and this one looks kind of like a hoot. So we've got Basking Rootwalla, Blazing Rootwalla, Kitchen Imp for Modern Horizons 2, I think, and then Anje's Ravager here, which are all Madness cards. And then we've got Vengevine and Hollowed One, alongside Burning Inquiry, Faithless Looting, Lion's Eye Diamond, and Putrid Imp to get things discarded. So I assume we're just like trying to turbo put a bunch of things into play, even give them haste with anger on occasion. So this is my kind of deck. Let's just head to the jam. It's time to slam. Let's dive on into a legacy league here and see if we can hopefully beat some people up. To set a low bar, it'll probably be easier to do better than this last legacy league here. This card seems especially obnoxious and powerful. 3/3 for Madness 2. When it attacks, discard your hand, then draw 3 cards. And you could theoretically do this on the first turn along with LED and Anger and attack with it right away. So the high roll potential of your nut draws with this deck seem quite silly. I mean, yeah, speaking of silly, this is seems fine, right? Is this deck actually good? Can someone let me know if this deck is actually good? I mean that seems pretty good. I'm gonna start with LED. And then I just crack this for red mana, right? Because we can cast this, and then this gives everything haste. This is better than 2 Kitchen Imps, right? You think the I think the 2/2 flying haste is better than this one? Oh, I could have cast it for black, and then I could have paid red off of this. Okay, that's a good catch. So if I don't imp, we crack the LED. Okay, thanks. So the person who said it earlier didn't explain that part of their line. Got it. Okay, and now I just have 2/1/1s, right? And if I would have sequenced the other way, we'd have had 5 power instead of 2. We'd have had 2 Kitchen Imps. Yeah. Okay, that's a good catch. In the future, like, you don't need to be fast because I've already taken the line. So if you're gonna correct me on something, take the time to explain your correction. So shout out to the person who explained that you crack the LED for black. That was actually actively helpful. I think I might chill on this land for a second because we have Faithless Lootings in our deck. Also, if I just like draw another miscellaneous card next turn, we can discard our 2 cards to have threshold for this to make it a 2/2. Our opponent pitched a force. They pitched Ace Fang the Cuddles. They're a fair deck. Okay, so that means I still don't have these as 2/2, though. That's fine. Chill with this land in hand for the time being. So we'd have killed them by now if I'd have put 5 power into play on turn 1. That was our 4th turn. We would have hit them. They'd have taken 5 times 4. And now we're going to lose. We're going to lose to Uro. Because of my mistake. I don't have a land at least. They're still 1 card short of escaping it. Should be close. Look at this flying, which gives them threshold. Yeah, we can pump the Rootwalla now. You have a plow? Yeah, if we lose this, I deserve to lose it for my sequencing mistake. Now they have enough to escape Uro. Yeah, Legacy's a turn 1.5 format. There's a lot of control decks like what the opponent's deck is playing. Legacy. The best way to describe Legacy is games are either over by the second turn or they take 40 turns. Like this game is one of the ones like 2 where like Jiff, it's turn 5 or whatever, you wouldn't have killed them turn 4, but but like the game was decided on turn 1 when I messed up, right? Like it's not just as simple as the game is literally over so much as it's figuratively over by that turn. I assume we're dead to this Uro here, but give it the old college try. So they're doing this to get rid of our +1/+1? Sure. Oh, they get rid of our anger too. Got it. Okay, so we'll pass for the turn. This no longer has haste, so I can't attack. Oh, this had flying. I missed a point. This had flying. Yeah, we'd have definitely won this if I had 2/2/2 flying haste. Let's go 32 months, dude. Like, that's fine. It was our first game with the deck. Kind of impressive considering they had the force on turn 1, and we like still would have dumpstered them if I would have played correctly. I'm another plow here, or do I get a Ravager trigger? I'm gonna concede to a piece of spot removal here. Dress down. I'm not gonna concede to that. That's fine. I'll attack for 6. Gets rid of all the text on creatures for a turn. I'm gonna flash an endurance. I'll skip to that one because that's our recovery mechanic goes away because this is gonna disappear. Yeah, we don't want this very easily if I had sequenced correctly on the first turn. Although, I think you could probably argue that my opponent was supposed to have Force of Willed my Lion's Eye Diamond. So perhaps it was just supposed to be a different game. Obviously, I made a mistake after my opponent fucked up, but I think my opponent probably messed up by not forcing our LED. Yeah, they did. They definitely should have forced LED. I assume I want Veil of Summer here. I'm gonna not Veil of Summer. I'll Veil of Summer when we're on the draw. I'm just gonna click submit here on the play. Think about that for later. Or super linear. Let's just get them. Okie doke. Okay, looking for some madness, friends. Man, that's like super unfortunate. Hey, look, they forced the LED this time. It's probably because they're watching the stream and they heard people say you're always supposed to force the thing. Legacy Leagues, in my experience, have the highest rate of ghosting out of any format I've ever played. Moto in general tends to have a lot of ghosting because of the online gambling aspect of it. So I think I actually want to fetch a Taiga and cast this Faithless Looting off of a Taiga. Because this way, if I draw a Black Madness, we can just cast it with this. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to go ahead and cast Burning Inquiry. See if we get some free Madness friends here. And then we can sack the LED. We don't hit any free Madness friends. We hit their Uro, though, and a Swords to Plowshares. Oh! Oh, I could have responded to the Madness trigger making Black Mana. I don't even know if that's good, though, right? Yeah, ghosting means they're watching the stream. It means stream sniping. I think I want to just crack. Oh, do I even? Am I supposed to wait a turn to flashback this Faithless Looting? I can't decide. I think I'm supposed to wait a turn because the odds of us having 2 creatures to bring back the Vengevines is much higher if we see one more card. Yeah. It also opens up like more Kitchen Imps to be discardable. Yeah, or Ravagers, good call. I really just want to like bring these back next turn, right? I want my friends. Yeah, me too. I really hope we get like skins on Arena for like Faithless Looting and Brainstorm and Lightning Bolt and stuff. I'd really like the original artworks on the fancier platform. I'm not a big fan of the border and general artwork on the archives. Morning Rhinos. Oh, I mean, yep. Rewarded for waiting. And then we just flashback looting here. That's fine. We flashback looting and hope to find a 0-cost Madness thing to bring back Vengevines. Nice. Nailed it. Super, super rewarded for waiting. Okay, so after that game, I think we're supposed to trim like Angers and Vengevine, so we're a little bit less graveyard centric to bring in the Veil of Summers. I feel like the odds of my opponent having graveyard hate are higher after the game where we kill them with Vengevine. So what do we think of this sideboard plan? Are we into it? I think I'm into it. That's just kind of impressive, huh? So I flubbed the first game with my sequencing, and we almost won. And then that game, we were like a little bit mopey, but then ended up powering through. Yeah, exactly, Steam. I like the aspect, like the Hollowed One and Madness aspect of this deck, meaning that you just like get to not care about a lot of graveyard hate, is kind of guess. Well, well. Yes, it is a fair broken deck. No, that a fair broken deck makes complete and total sense, and I think is an accurate summary of what this deck is doing. Okay, so we cast this, and then we crack this for black. Hey, I have 8 power on turn 1. We took 2 for mana burn, but you know we'll survive. Force of Will enters the revealed card zone. Yes, you have a Force of Will. I mean, it's not really that good. Like we're kind of racing this Uro, right? They're gonna have that in 2 turns. And they have like Snapcasters and Sword Supply Shares and other things, or like their Death Touch Dorko. I guess a Death Touch Dorko is not a Death Touch Dorko for a little bit though, huh? Oh, I needed to do this in response, right? Because I don't get to draw a card now. It's sad. I could have drawn a Madness card there and put it into play, but I messed up. All right, if they have a green source Uro here, they have Uro in the bin, so if they have a green source, we're probably dead. All right, that's fine. Would we have gotten a Madness card if I had sequenced correctly? We would not have. So through that first game in that set in the garbage can with bad sequencing. That's fine. We'll shake it off and we'll get him in the next one. I will say I can't say that I've missed playing against the card Uro Titan of Nature's Wrath, and maybe this might just be me. So feel free to disagree, but I think I'd rather play against Oko than Uro. Is Oko banned in Legacy? What's Scryfall say? Oko is banned. That's so weird to me. That's so strange. Like that's the card that's not okay, but Uro is. Caracas is a card, sure, but that's like saying what's it called? The new Prismatic Exile card's a card, right? Like you can just play all sorts of Doomblades and stuff. This one's not good enough, right? Yeah, it just doesn't do anything. Yeah, Prismatic Ending is great. Very, very good. This deck doesn't seem like it mulligans super well, because it is kind of a critical mass deck, but like, these first couple hands just didn't do anything. Okay, this five's actually pretty good. We'll bottom a Badlands and a Burning Inquiry. And then we have Cycle Looting, Street Wraith, Cast Hollowed One, LED Flashback Faithless Looting. Okay, yep. Okay, yep. A pretty decent turn one. It's edge. And attack for 10. Your turn. decent 5. We're very angry. Oh no. So the Magic announcement stream isn't until 10 o'clock. What if this league doesn't last until 10 o'clock, chat? I think Prismatic Vista means they're a fair deck, right? Are there any unfair decks that play Prismatic Vista? It's probably Snow, right? It's another Bant deck. Like 99% chance that I want Veil of Summer against them, right? I mean, like, that hand was a good example of, like, we needed a critical mass with that hand, right? Hey, Forno, thanks for re-upping that Prime support. I appreciate it. Welcome back. This hand is madness, chat. Madness! Yeah, sign me up. This hand is more than good. It's great. Don't daze me, bro. Oh my gosh, chat. Oh my gosh. Ermagerd. Man, this hand's pretty bad. It doesn't have an anger, so these things don't have haste this time. Is this deck even playable? These things don't have haste? Like, why do we even bother? Never lucky, no haste this time. Maybe we'll just play 2 leagues with this deck before the magic announcements. We like do this first one in an hour, we'll just like queue up a second. Sometimes you have to refresh your browser page, Regulus, or reload the app. Either way, thanks for the resub. Oh, are we about to die? I think we're about to get a lure in, chat. I told you our deck was unplayable because they didn't have haste, and you didn't believe me. See, I told you our deck was unplayable because we didn't have haste. So again, we lose the game now. So this, along with this means we die. So they just get to go into the dungeon a bunch. All right, so I don't want these Veil of Summers. I just want my Angers and my Vengevines. It's a race to the finish. Do 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 do. My opponent and I should basically just like, we could just like ignore each other and then just like sit on opposite sides of the room with our backs turned to each other and just like raise our hand when we get to 20. And whoever raises their hand first wins the game. Sure. And this is a hand where we land pass, and then turn 2, I get to looting, ditch Rootwalla, Vengevine, cast Rootwalla, cast Hollowed One for a mana, and then get the Vengevine back. So, like, not super aggressive, but I think this is definitely a keep. Nah, I don't wanna like get people because they messed up the Moto interface. Like, their deck is killing me. I'm not gonna make them click through their learn combo. It's just like tedious and frustrating for everybody involved. I think I just go ahead and hold on to this looting. I could have like looting again tier to like try and find more 1/1s, but like with this sequence, that now next turn I can looting ditch the Ravager. Yeah, to actually like make your opponent kill you with the Learn combo on Moto, it's like a lot of effort. This is 8-11. Suppose we could theoretically loot into an Anger here, right? I could also just Burning Inquiry, because Burning Inquiry technically could disrupt what they have going on. Like, I kind of don't mind discarding most of my stuff, right? Magic is a skill-based game. Do-da, do-da. Bum 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 ba. Maybe. It was. You are very good at that.
Yeah, look at my phone.
Oh, you did find my wallet. Look at that. Oh, was it there the whole time?
Saw it sitting there.
It probably has
Has it
been.
really been sitting there for 3 weeks?
I haven't been able to find my wallet for like 3 weeks, chat, and it's been on my desk the entire time.
Literally just like right here.
Listen, my wallet,
Even
it is all black, and my desk is black, and it was stealth, chat. It was fully stealthed, okay? Is this lethal, actually? So I get to cast this. And then I think I click no. Right? And then we looting. Wait, I haven't cast. I haven't cast my second creature yet, right? This is only my first creature. So we do this now, and then this triggers this, and I pump this, and they're dead. Are they dead either way? So if I discarded this, it would be 4 or 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so I needed this now, right? But they are in fact dead to this. Bum 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 bum. This stuff is my jam, chat. This deck's sweet. Yeah, I don't want to. Last time we played Legacy on stream, we tried to play a Brainstorm deck, and I really just hate like playing Brainstorm Mirrors. Brainstorm Mirrors suck. Playing sweet. Listen, I know. Sorry, to all the people I just offended. If you love your Brainstorm Mirrors, you have fun playing your Brainstorm Mirrors. I personally despise playing Brainstorm Mirrors. I play Chalice of the Void decks and Death and Taxes and shit like this is fun magic. This has been good. What do we lose to? Myself. I flubbed the sequencing on the deck hard, and instead of having 5 power on turn 1, I had 2 power, and we died because I lost the race. Dead guy, L. Keep. So do I just cast both of these on one, right? And just bend the rest of my hand? I guess we see if they counter this. Okay, so now I make red mana and just put this and this into play. I'm pretty sure is correct. You can cast Inquiry first? I can't. If I cast Inquiry, I can't cast Kitchen Imp, right? That was what I messed up in the first game. I think I'd rather have the 2/2 than the Inquiry. Although I guess the upside of the Inquiry is I could technically Inquiry all the lands out of my opponent's hand, which would have been the content play. So maybe you're right that I should play the Inquiry because it's the content play. It does have some higher upside of like finding a hollowed one too. So maybe you're right. Well, this is our first time getting to trigger this card. That's pretty gas. Pretty octane, chat. Pretty octane. Man, I wonder what they drew for the turn, chat. I wonder. Force of Will, your Putrid Imp. How does it make you feel, opponent? Force of Willing my Putrid Imp. How does it make you feel? Yeah, Impulse means a combo deck, usually show and tell. Good call. Good shout. Am I dead yet? Am I dead yet? Are you ready to lose the game? Do-da, do-da. We could really lose the game this very turn. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Drawing 7 cards. Bold strategy. Probably dead because that's lifelinks. So, no joke, this card is actually the single reason I am glad that they didn't just like put all of Innistrad onto Arena, because I hate the design of this card because it is a card that made these show and tell decks very boring. It made Reanimator very boring. It was one of those things where it was just like, suddenly there's no longer a decision on what you're cheating into play. It's this one. This one, and Emrakul, right? Like, there's no deck building. It's just, no, these are the best two, and they're the best two by a lot. So I assume we're dead here. I'm gonna go ahead and concede. Because they get to go ahead and block here. With the lifelinks, they're gaining 2 on this attack, and the Ravager has to attack for a point of reference. And then we actually just, like, don't have any cards that are meaningful here. We're just going to click submit, and we're just racing. Yeah, like, with the Entomb Reanimator, there's, like, some fringe cards that you, like, occasionally want to get, but it's, like, few and far between, and you still just get Gristlebrand most of the time. Couldn't Rootwalla do 17 damage? No, this card only activates once per turn. And this card just had deal 2 fire breathing? Like, come on now. This card doesn't have deal 2 fire breathing. Bone Shards? Nah. Chat, when they play Gristlebrand, they draw 7 to 14 cards. They're going to have a counterspell. They used to play Hive Minds and packs. Yep. Gosh, hand's so close. It's so close. So close, yet so far away. Sure. I gotta put one back. Faithless Looting? Put Faithless Looting back? This one wasn't good enough. Yeah, because I guess I can't Vengevine? No, I can Vengevine. So we do this, and then if we hit Vengevine off of this, then we crack LED. Hey, I'm glad you're liking the Unite stuff, Jack. I've been having a lot of fun making it. Thanks for the tier 2 and thanks for the 10 months. Yeah, this hand's probably just too slow and fair for this matchup. Mulligan to 6, but like, this is only 4 power on turn 1. So I assume we're just going to lose this race. So, Hive Mind Dude Light, back in a weaker, less powerful legacy, you play things like Pact of Negation and Summoner's Pact, and then your opponents copy your packs and then can't pay for them. So they lose the game because they can't pay for the pact. Saying 4 power on turn 1 isn't fast enough. Yes, the legacy is a turn like 1.5 format. A lot of decks are effectively, the game is effectively over by like very quickly. You have an opinion on the advantage of a deck like this over something like Belcher? Yeah, this deck's sweet. Belcher's an all-in deck. It either does the thing or it doesn't. This deck is like cares about combat to a degree. Like you have like games that go longer where you just like you have games where you get people on turn 2 because you like had 10 power with haste on 1, but you also have plenty of games where you just like put 4 to 5 power into play and like scrape it out with combat, right? Yeah, this deck's much better against counter magic. For sure. I have to get like Pyroclasm or something? Abraded, yeah, it got me. Alright, do you have a show and tell? No? Okay. Hit me, dealer. Big sad we didn't hit the other Rootwalla here instead of that one. Could have gotten this Vengevine. We did skillfully discard an island here, though. So we got that going for us. Emphasis on skillfully. Very skilled, much wow. %10 luck, 15% skill, 30% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure. My opponent receives the 50% pain. Please concede. No! Blue mana! No! Blue mana! Boo! Blue mana! That's not a concession. Boo this opponent! Boo! Blue mana! Depending on what it is, waterfalls. I don't know that we're actually in garbage time because I can't draw cards here. And if they hit me and then draw and then brick on their draw. Alright, so we'll see. We could be dead here, but I don't think we're 100% just dead. We'll see what they do. I mean, like, they're dead on board, right? We have another breed or something, but we technically have them dead. Sedge. Faithless Looting is lethal. Or Lion's Eye Diamond is lethal, sorry. Oh, they drew. Okay, so we're dead? It's not even Magic Curse for that. Like, just an LED would let us do it next turn. Yeah, like, LED is still lethal here, right? If they don't have a force? We crack it for black. We put 2 Kitchen Imps into play and a Basking Rootwalla, and we bring back 2 Vengevines. Sedge. Fetchland is basically like LED. They both make mana, chat. If you squint, they both make mana and they both have a downside. A fetchland costs you a life, an LED discards your hand. They're basically the same thing. Do I want to know how much LEDs cost in paper? I probably don't, but just let's hurt some people for a second here. Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering. Be do 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 do. I just fell over on my couch. It's fine. It has a turn 1 hollowed one. That's just 2 months of child stimulus payments with your 3 kids, Jeff. I mean, you're not wrong. All right, fetch land. Fetch land. Fetch land. Fetch land. Fetch land. Badlands will also do. So I get to go Putrid Imp, and then I get to discard Kitchen Imp. This is madness, chat. Madness. Trigger Vengevine. Bring back my friend. Attack for 10. We've made it to the Razortide Bridge bracket, chat. So if we draw an untapped land next turn, we get to Burning Inquiry and potentially Ravager. Oh, Mox Opal's legal in this format, right? This format's just reminding me of all the cards they finally banned in Modern. Everybody gets 4 power creatures, chat. You get 4 power creatures, and you get 4 power creatures. All of it. All of them. All of the 4 power creatures. Okay, so I can play this LED, and then I can discard this to give this flying, and then we can crack this for red to cast this. I'm looking forward to Neoforming Thought Monitor in Historic. That sounds like yes. We'll spend our red mana here so we don't mana burn. Opponent's down to 2, huh? They have a way to gain life based on the artifacts they control. Kind of surprised they didn't, like, jump with the Ornithopter to gain 4. Is Legacy the only format with mana burn? No, mana burn doesn't exist. I was making a funny. What are you neoforming into? You can neoform into Craterhoof Behemoth in Historic. Get my draw 3 on here. Oh, you know, I should fetch for a Taiga first than the deck. And then we Putrid Imp, fetch a Taiga, and then at their end step, we can Madness the Ravager in, because Madness ignores timing restrictions. And I have to block everything here unless they have a removal spell, right? Are they killing my Putrid Imp? Must be, huh? I got a dispatch? Dispatch me, daddy. Wow. Actual factual dispatch, chat. Actual factual. Sick. There are meltdowns in my sideboard. There. Somebody put meltdowns in my sideboard. Shout out to the deck submitter for putting 2 copies of Meltdown in my sideboard. Destroy each artifact with mana value X or less. Love it. It's definitely gorgeous. What am I trimming? Need to trim 2 more cards to get my grudges and my meltdowns in. Yeah, I boarded out. Oh, you think they have Cage instead of other? You think they have Cage instead of like Rip? I could just trim a couple of Vengevines. I just like trim a Vengevine and like a Street Wraith. I've been hedging on trimming the graveyard stuff because I'm just like expecting people to have graveyard hate against me post board. Let's go. Do 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 beep 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 beep. Let's go. Okay, so this is fetching black mana, and then I'm cracking this for red, right? And we'll cast all of these. Madness, chat. This is madness. For the Magic Zoomers in the audience, Madness is a mechanic that's actually coming in Jumpstart Historic Horizons on Thursday that lets you cast cards for an alternative cost when you discard them from your hand. We can crack LED with Inquire on this deck. Yeah, but then I can't cast Kitchen Imp. I need Metallic Rebuked. Savage. You can't use mana from Lion's Eye Diamond to cast spells, Sea Women. Lion's Eye Diamond is a mana ability that only activates at instant speed. So you can't crack Lion's Eye Diamond and use the mana from it to cast spells from your hand. Because your hand is now in your graveyard. Oh, Hamblin, I think I missed your resub a few minutes ago. 10 minutes ago? I'm so bad at this content thing. Thank you for the 26 months. I'm confused what you're suggesting. Yeah, Meltdown's the best draw on the deck, obviously. They're gonna dispatch my Rootwalla boy chit. The Real Firm, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this morning. Poor little boy, he never stood a chance, chat. And then this starts pumping out Saga tokens, so unless I draw a Meltdown, this game is over. We can chill for a little bit. We had a couple of draws at Meltdown. Hey, Neru, thank you for the 2 months of Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Hey, got one more draw. Oh, I technically should have attacked with the Kitchen Imp. Whatever. Ilya, thank you for the third of the year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Good morning. Good morning. Put my extra Vengevine back into the play. It did, Virtual Realism. Thank you for the 17 months. They all popped up right in a row. Neru, Elia, and you. All 1, 2, 3. Welcome back. All right, so hoping to draw a Madness card with this. If we draw any Madness creature with this, we can get Vengevine plus that Madness card into play here. Our best draw in the deck is the 3/3. I mean, we don't really know anything about the Magic Netflix series, right? So it's hard to have an interest in things. I mean, as Magic Legend shows, simply putting the Magic name on something doesn't mean it's not going to be a pile of dog shit. Hey, Lulmore, thank you for the Prime support. I appreciate that. There's a ton of great people you can send that to every month on Twitch. Thanks for sending it this way. Oh yeah, we're not here to not YOLO this Burning Inquiry. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. So, it's actually a little bit sad here that we can't, like, this is only exactly the second creature spell. So, like, I actually can't get the Vengevine into play this turn, so it's like, have to be satisfied. And I'm never satisfied, chat. I wish I could remember the Hamilton beat here at the moment, but it's just escaping me. It's been so long since I listened to it. Got me. I've been prismatically ended. All right, so if we draw a Madness creature here, we get to get the Vengevine into play next turn. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Actual, factual nut draw. Hit me, dealer. Hit me, dealer. One of your finest Vengevines, please. Get him. Get him. Get that. We're 2-2. Let's do it. Burrito game, baby. I don't want to stress anybody out, but if we win this next match, I get $7 extra worth of currency. This is a high roller stream now. There's a lot of pressure riding on this next match of Magic. Feels rare that a hand with Lion's Eye Diamond isn't keepable, but that was definitely one of them. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, you know what? I should have kept the Putrid Imp in case they forced this Lion's Eye Diamond. That was a mistake. Fuck, I'm gonna get forced, chat. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I knew it. I knew it as soon as I did it. As soon as I did it, I was like, God bless America. Opponent's username, Red Deck Wins fan. Playing Force of Will. Red Deck Wins fan. So that was a fucking lie. Seagull Dolls, thanks for the Prime support. Welcome to the channel, and thanks for the follow. What a tilter. Do Rest in Peace and Leyline the Void interfere with Madness at all? They do not. You have your cards. Alright, so I'm gonna board out 2 copies of Anger and board in 2 copies of Veil of Summer and click submit. I'm a JoJo. Thanks for the 2.5 years. Welcome back. Standstill is the best deck currently. So they're not even a red deck fan. They're a best. Their username should be best deck fan. What a dirty, dirty liar. True Fieri, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Ragavan Murktide Saga. We're supposed to be getting like the Magic 22 overview today. It's like a $1,200 digital deck. For those of you that weren't here earlier, we were having fun with this deck, so we looked up the price of Lion's Eye Diamond. $490. Moderately played. $490 moderately played. If these damn millennials would stop eating their avocado toast, they could afford Lion's Eye Diamonds, chat. The Magic announcements are supposed to happen at 8 a.m. PST/10 Central, I believe. 10 Eastern means they would have started 10 minutes ago, right? So I believe they are starting in about an hour. Does this hand do anything? Not really. Total Rapture, thanks for the follow. I think we take a mulligan here. I guess it puts like 2 power into play on turn 1. That's pretty slow and fair, right? Let's keep this. Might be too slow. They're playing a fair deck. So this might be fine. Okay. And they forced pitching Shark Typhoon. Taiga. Taiga. I mean, okay. Let's just to play LED first. They're counterspelling pretty aggressively, though. Yeah. I'm just gonna do this and put 4 power into play here. They're down to 3 cards in hand. Just gonna cast both of these. Hey, thanks for the tier 3. 41 months of tier 3 sub. You can now afford 2 LEDs on me. Welcome back. Yeah, especially if their goal is to play a standstill. Like just putting my dorks into play so we can start attacking sounds great. Someone earlier had asked how this deck compares to things like Belcher, and this game's a good example of how this deck is going to frequently be better than something like Belcher. Like my opponent had Force of Will and Force of Negation, but we just like got to put some mopey idiots into play here, and now we get to attack with them, right? So like our deck has some crazy nutty draws like leave people dead on turn 2, but like it also has draws like this where you just like scrap through their disruption with like your mediocre beats. All right, and the land draw here actually means I have lethal in 2, right? This is 8 power now. 420 Blaze the Rootwalla. What's going on, Robo Reagan? Yeah, I had a deck submission for this. It's been kind of hilarious. Even the games we've lost have frequently been funny. I think I want the extra Veil of Summer here. Burning Inquiry. Belcher plan B is to get chicken tenders between rounds. No, that's plan T for tendies. Yeah, I think so. Waterfalls. That's a good articulation that I didn't give. I think this hand like obviously could be kind of mediocre, but if they like force Lion's Eye Diamond, I kind of want them to force Lion's Eye Diamond, so Burning Inquiry can resolve and maybe do stuff for us. And if we have like a medium quality Burning Inquiry, we're pretty happy. Opponent chose not to shuffles. They found what they were looking for with Ponder. Okay. All right. Can we keep the hollowed one in hand? Is the question. Hit me, dealer. We have lost our skill-based game. Unfortunate. Deal. Honestly, I think with my hand, I'd rather they get rid of the LED than the Rootwalla. Well, I'd say activate only as an instant, because that means you can't use the mana from LED to cast a spell out of your hand. Oh, big sedge. Big sedge. Oh, man, this is so awkward. Bad beats on two inquiries in a row there. And I fetched Taiga so I could pump these Rootwallas, but now I don't have black to Putrid Imp or Kitchen Imp. Rufio, thank you for the 9 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Well, that's unfortunate. Think I'm supposed to just let them kill all the creatures here? The problem is if they play like a standstill here, we're in a lot of trouble. Yeah. Unfortunate. Well, I mean, like, Murktide would be very bad for them to play out, right? It's possible I should just go, like, so, like, what's the math on if I would have played these last turn? So if I would have played... If I would have played both of these last turn, I would have hit them for the same amount of damage, and then this turn I would have hit them for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they'd be at 7, and then they'd kill my Rootwalla. Yeah, I don't win the race against the Porphyry nodes if I play out the imp and if I play out the 2 imps last turn, so I don't think that's correct. Like I know this feels bad, but like I'm not winning that race. Morning, Bren. Depending on if they have a counterspell here or not, this is a decent draw. Huh. Do I just hardcast Vengevine? This is a hardcast Vengevine. Yeah, we're basically trying to grind them out at this point, right? They could just have a plow or a snapcaster here, but this is what it is. Gosh, imagine if either of our burning inquiries hadn't hit the 50% to discard our Hallowed One, if we'd have won either of those coin flips. Would have won this game very, very easily with either of those coin flips going in our favor. Yeah, but like playing the land meant I could cast a Kitchen Imp if we discarded it. And like the one more card doesn't move the needle that much. So like you're right, I could have had a slightly higher chance there, but I cut a percentage in another direction. I mean, there's a good chance if I try to play my whole hand there, Birthing Potter, they just like counterspell or interact with something else there. And like, if they're on a counterspell as opposed to the Swords to Plowshares, like you're right, your line is better against exactly what they had. But like, they were already through Swords to Plowshares, and they have tons of counterspells. What's the one gone? They have Shark Typhoon and Murktide some of the time. The fact that you can cycle Shark Typhoon and not break Standstill is so stupid. Yeah, control-based decks like what the opponent are playing are tier 1. Legacy's like brainstorm-based control decks are tier 1 and everything else is like B tier. Oh, my sequencing is bad here, right? Because we're gonna get to plow this in. I should have fetched a Badlands before I cast this. Because now they can plow this before I discard when I don't have a land, so I can't madness this. Oh, they didn't have the sword. Steal. Good beats. With Hall of Generosity and Urza Saga, they never have to break it either. That's gross. Wait, they had the plow and just okay, sure. Deal. I mean, like Legacy is Magic, and people play lots of decks that are bad that, like, in the strict competitive sense, they wouldn't play, but they're, like, playing Magic for fun because Magic's a high variance game. But, like, the only reason things like Death and Taxes are remotely close to playable is because the Brainstorm decks are S tier, right? Like, those are very metagamey decks that frequently couldn't beat the average standard legal Magic deck that are literally are only competitive because these S tier decks are cut above everything else and super popular. Like you play Death and Taxes into a field that isn't 80 or 90%, isn't 80 or 90%. What's it called? Brainstorm decks. You're gonna have a real bad time. Yeah, Ravager's a good draw. Honestly, just like drawing a Vengevine is fine. Like my opponent has 2 cards, they're not doing anything. Like this isn't the like beep beep go fast exciting games our deck wants to generate, but we're not out of this game by any means. Sure. Start playing land. This is literally the last mana producing land in my deck. So like, yeah, you're right. I should play it out, but it also just doesn't matter. Right? I'm pretty sure that's true. I think I have 2 Taiga. Yeah, 2 Taiga, 4 Badlands, fetch lands. They drew Shark Typhoon. That's frustrating. What's our out at this point? I technically have 3 Vengevines in my deck, right? So I'm going to pass, and then next turn we can Putrid Imp, Burning Inquiry, hit Madness cards plus Vengevines. How many Wallas do I have left? I have no Wallas in exile. I have one here. I have two here, so there's 5 Wallas in my deck. And honestly, I just discard these Veil, or do I proactively play a Veil of Summer here? Well, I guess I could hit. Do I play around their last card being a counterspell? I think the answer is no, right? I think I'm supposed to discard both the Veils to. Well, I guess I don't guaranteed have to discard that actually. Because I have Putrid Imp to discard on demand. The Sharks are 4/4. I think I'm supposed to Burning Inquiry, but I want to leave black mana up because there's 3 Kitchen Imps in my deck. I think I'm just supposed to just like get fucked if they drew a counterspell for the turn. We didn't hit any Vengevines in there, but we did hit Rootwalla Kitchen Imp. I think I just pass here because well, we can't attack into here, but I don't think I discard either of these yet. Because if we draw Vengevine next turn, I can discard Vengevine and then Rootwalla Kitchen Imp, get Vengevine back, and then have a decent attack. Yeah, we're 3 Vengevines and 19 cards now. Yeah, one Vengevine in 41 cards is pretty brutal. Arena down again? What does again imply? Because Arena actually basically never has downtime. So to say is Arena down again is a misrepresentation of what's currently happening. Just for reference. So yes, Arena's having 5 hours of downtime to like I'm all for like shitting on Arena and dumping on it when like it has issues. But like today's they're having 5 hours of downtime when they like generally yeah, matchmaking is down because Arena is fully going down in general for 5 hours today. And they disabled matchmaking an hour in advance. Thursday's patch is coming with the server backend update, so they're actually having downtime today. You have a Hull Breacher. How many LEDs left? 2. You just play Drago till you get 2 to 3 Vengevines? Yeah, probably. I mean, we theoretically have them dead to 1 Vengevine, right? Yeah, I'm planning to recast the Wizards thing supposed to be co-stream friendly, so in a half hour or so when that goes live, we're gonna recast it. To set a low bar, back to basics is more fun than Blood Moon. Okay, I'm just gonna listen. I know I'm not Wizards' biggest fan and they make a lot of mistakes, but I don't think Wizards has ever done something that's not co-stream friendly. So chat, I know it's very popular to dump on things that you don't like on the internet and ignore reality about it. But again, there are plenty of things Arena does that you can rightfully be critical of. But content, I do content. Almost all of Wizard stuff is co-stream friendly. So stop it. Don't spread misinformation and be a typical internet idiot. Matthias, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. If I put 2 Rootwallas into play here, do I threaten lethal next turn? They block this. They take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I should just do the Kitchen Imp too, right? I just full cast my hand now because they played Standstill. Oh, I need to remember to put the Moto deck on. Yeah, usually the big announcements and set releases, I do co-stream stuff. Okay, so they're dead on board. This is the part where they have a Shark Typhoon, I'm sure. But this is what I got, so let's do it. This interaction with I see why the opponent's deck's the best thing to be doing in the current format. It's just mono toxic play patterns. Just all of just back to basics. Just all of it. We're technically not dead yet, right? Like, I can draw a Lion's Eye Diamond and another Walla and, like, get this Vengevine going. Yeah, so we're, like, an LED away from getting to kill them. You know, assuming their hand is blanks, but they're drawing cards too. Well, there's definitely a path to victory. Also worth noting, in peak moto fashion, our opponent's down 8 minutes in clock on us. Over 8 minutes? 8.5? 2 LEDs and 13 cards. Ah, fuck. I'm excited for the LED to be one more card down, so that way I would have gotten it. We're dead to this now, so I have to draw LED this turn. And I could have had 2 draws at LED, so I'm going to concede after we brick here and then take a draw and find out if the Street Wraith costs us or not. I could have cycled the Street Wraith on their turn. No, wait, this isn't even that. I can't draw a card on their turn either, but opponent would draw a card except the first one. Wow. Wow. Okay. Wow, that's really dumb. All right, I lied. My desire to play more Legacy has passed. This was funny, but yeah, just that's the best deck I have no desire to play. This was funny. If you enjoy the play patterns that Legacy plays against, have fun with it. But yeah, I don't know. This, like, yeah, I think my plan of, like, playing a little bit of Kiki Court is fine, but, like, yeah, yeah, it's just like, yeah, it's like free spells. They're just not super fun to play against for me personally. I'm glad you like free spells and lots of prison elements and all that jazz. Like, I definitely feel like I've become spoiled, and like the most miserable thing we have to play against in Historic is getting memory lapsed. So yeah, and that's like doesn't even blip on the radar compared to, like, what goes on in other formats. I mean, we're gonna play Modern tomorrow. If people are commenting on what are we doing when, I am very organized as a streamer. You can always go to my website, jeffhoagland.com, and there's stream, there's a schedule button. It shows not only when I'm going to be live, but what I'm going to be live with when. So we're going to be doing Modern tomorrow morning, first thing. It's going to be Kiki Court. Magic Arena will be back live again tomorrow. We're going to be playing some Ghost of Tsushima later this morning. We're just going to, like, chill for 20 minutes, I guess. We're going to do the co-stream. And I don't really, like... Oh, you know what we could do? You know what we could totally do? Do Legacy 2-player queue events fire? Let's incinerate 20 play points. I like. Let's do 20 more. Is there anybody... do these things fire? Can I get a 1v1 Legacy match with this deck? Also, like, whenever you hear Wizards say they can't have more queues on Magic Arena, this is just Legacy, chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Legacy queues. Modern, 4 more. Pioneer, 5 more. Standard, 6 more. Vintage, 4 more. Like, if we could have this many queues available on Magic Online, you better bet your bottom dollar that, like, we could have way more queues than we have now on Arena. It doesn't look like the 2-player queue fires, believe it or not. But, like, even that, right? Like, we have these queues that people don't even play in, but they're allowed to stay up. But we can't have more. We can't have more queues on Magic Arena. Be fair, Moto probably shouldn't have this many queues. I agree with you, but even if we had half as many queues, we don't even have, like, half as many queues or a quarter as many. And Arena certainly has more players than Moto does, right? And it's not particularly